When can you start if you were offered the position? That's a sign. After the interview, think back. Was it back and forth or was I doing all the talking? We will be in touch. You will hear from me by I'll call you on, because they want to make sure they don't want to lose contact with you. Hey everybody, it's Belinda. In this video, I'm gonna talk about some signs that your interview went exceptionally well. At the interview, the whole purpose of the interview is to go in and get the interview, to sell yourself, to put your best foot forward so that you articulate your skills, your abilities, what you can bring to the organization, and for the HR person or supervisor or manager or director who's ever interviewing you to hear you, to see exactly what you are trying to give off, what you're trying to come across with. That's our goal for all of our interviews. You go on an interview, you want them to see your best foot forward. You don't want them to see your flaws or what you can't do or anything negative. Nobody wants that in an interview. But some signs to show that you did exceptionally well: when they're asking you about your experience and you start talking about the experience you have as it relates to this question. You're talking about your experience and what you've done before and what you've done in the past, what you learned, new techniques. When you're talking about that and they're nodding their head like, oh wow, that is very interesting. And they may ask follow-up questions with that, trying to get more information about your experience. That's a good sign. That's a good sign that your interview is going exceptionally well. If they start looking through your resume while you're talking and they may ask you, when can you start if you were offered the position? That's a sign, because they're looking to see when can you start. If they start talking like you already work there, they start using those type of terms, that type of terminology, like, well, when you work here, you'll be doing blah, blah, blah. Like already they see you on the team. That's a good sign. If it doesn't feel rushed, like they're trying to hurry and get you out the office, they're on a time schedule. It's a conversation and not they're doing all the talking, or worse, you're doing all the talking. Because sometimes people can talk their way out of being in a position being offered. But if it's a conversation going back and forth, after the interview, think back. Was it back and forth or was I doing all the talking in the interview? Because if it was a back and forth and you're starting to feel comfortable, because sometimes they may ask you questions like, what sports team do you like? They're trying to get a feel to see what you have in common. So they may be asking you those type of things because they're trying to get a feel, a vibe, for lack of a better word, of how they see you in this office, how they see you in this position, in this organization. Because a lot of times in their mind, they already have the type of person they think will do best here. It's your job to make sure that they see that you are that type of person, regardless of what they have in their mind. They need to see and feel and know when you're interviewing that you are the type of person that they need in that office. So for an interview to go exceptionally well, you'll hear things like, we will be in touch. You will hear from me by I'll call you on. Those are things that it went exceptionally well because they're interested in you. If you hear things like, well, we have a lot more people to interview, that's not always a good sign, even though that's the standard answer. Not that you didn't get it, but you want to hear answers like, we'll be in touch. This is when you should hear from us. Make sure we have your card. Is this your correct number? Is this the correct email to be able to reach you? Because they want to make sure they don't want to lose contact with you. So how you know an interview went exceptionally well is they will start using terminologies like you already work there. They may start telling you this is what your first day, on your first day, and they may give you a date right then and there. They kind of see you already in the office, or you'll get along fine with your coworkers because they start talking like that at the interview. Then you know it went exceptionally well. I'll see y'all at the next video.